have encountered them. Couldn't see the end of this tower that stretches beyond the heavens, even if I etched incantations into my eyes. Originium has obstructed my sight. Is your way of telling me that this is not my battlefield to intervene? The waves answer the Banshee's call. The sovereigns beckon. I will not yield. I have promised with my song to they who have gone beyond the other side of the tower. Ever shall Rhodes Island be our terra firma. Ever will it sink beneath the waves. The young Sarkis raises his bone fin and steps towards the board, ready against it upon the waves. Waits them to break free of their shackle, but the Banshee is silent. Raise up the sky, listening to the sound of the tower trembling. He knows that the king and king are clashing against one another, beyond where his eyes could see. This is your war, Amaya. It's not my place to intervene. I can only pray for your safe return. Like mother, like son. At least this time the donkey doesn't die. I can calm the angry roar of the myriad souls, but the only true answer lies cutting off the source of all our suffering. What is suffering to us, Sarkaz? The brief respite by the only candle in dark mines after a long day of working in ice and snow. Is the number of children of Sarkaz and Liberi who truly love each other, committed by the fanatics of the frontier solely out of fear of their appearances? I still want to know who this is. We're polishing our horns day after day, spending our entire life living in fear, wearing a capri disguise. Sarkaz may encounter countless forms of injustice and suffering in their lifetime. Injustice has become the norm the entirety of their lives. Judge that when they are asked what suffering is, they could not answer. Tower with pure white figure gazes down at you. King of Sarkaz, you have spent so much time with the goddess girl that you have forgotten the implications of this title until now. Teresa was not the king of Sarkaz simply because of the crown. What kind of strength, wisdom, and cunning does it take to convince all of Sarkaz willingly to gladly call her their king? Looks like I forget this part. I was too fucking sleepy to remember. Massive energies rush out from the tower, forming white threads and silk that stretches on and on without end, permitting no resistance. Before she was the king, Teresa was a caster, the likes of which only seen once in 1,000 years. And meanwhile, the lore we get is that she was just a seamstress. This would be nice to know, you know? We're on her home ground. This is not witchcraft, nor any power of the King of Sarkaz that I know of. She is reconstructing and utilizing the information inherent with Originium. Observe and understand what she's doing, Doctor. Help me and resist her attacks. feeling of impending death. She truly wants to. Well, there's no way. The real Teresa would never. The real Teresa. Can't help but mock the ridiculous notion. She casts her eyes at a familiar yet impassive Teresa. Only one thing to do. These strange elements she said have made my bombs useless. We're all done for if this keeps failing. Do something, hag. Ordinary measures are of no use here, not even originium ones. I am very interested that to the reason why a fucking monster isn't here, or isn't allowed to be here. That doesn't mean she can't be defeated. I mean the bunny. She looks towards Amius, who is resisting the overwhelming arts. A black crown falls above her head. I don't have a clue what you're talking about, but right now I guess I've got to trust you and the bunny. You know me a long time ago. She did in the burning command tower in Chernobog when the buddy delivered the box with the key into her hands. She believed that the city would stop. To chose Amia. The one three to choose would not disappoint Teresa or W. I'll burn up myriad souls. I'll blow the myriad souls to pieces. It's the move. She never hesitates or doubts herself. The only thing she feels is excitement the moment she came up with the brilliant idea of blowing those blasted myriad souls to pieces. As she does whenever she goes into battle. Buddy, I know you can hear me. And turn around, focus. Use your magic rings and whichever the kid just occurs. It has souls, but you can do that, right? I know the confidentiality did something to bind the myriad souls to Her Highness. Let me hear what the old garbage told her. I will blow them to pieces. Then I'll find a chance to talk to Her Highness. I'll try. Just be careful. Enough talking. I'm ready. W hears voices innumerable, but it is not not as she had imagined. Though she would hear angry roars like the Revenant, but the voices are far calmer than she expected. Or thought. They quietly tell of countless lives and deaths as sarcasm. A sigh of relief when drifting farmers finally find the land to settle on, with the last piece of infected thrown alive to the furnace. The futile howl of dying soldiers forced to watch their city conquered, the helpless cries of hungry children lying weakly on their beds. So many different upbringings and circumstances all bestowed a tragic fate just because they were sarcasts. Their joy, their anger, the emotions amplified by the span of 9,000 years. If this was what Theresa was always hesitating to, why? Did the myriad souls will that the Twin Kings came to be again? Was it their will that sent the sarcasm to this war? Sarcasm gave their sorrows into the wheel of souls, and the will of the myriad souls leads those who come after on a similar path. This is a tragic cycle. Hate ignites hate, sorrow reflects sorrow. Is that all? Nobody feels like she is being swept along by a rapid current. Her life is also amongst the voices of the myriad souls. I will detonate things and defend things. I will destroy things and direct things. They're living, breathing people, W. I don't need you to tell me, Ines. Horderer taught me the difference between people and things. Yes, W has seen all the myriad souls speak of. No one knows the life of this Arcus better than she does. It's seen plenty from Skarmagan of the Castle to the ships of Babel, from the ruins of Chernobog to the battles of Eldinium. She has never contemplated the meaning within, for what she must do is far from complicated. Need shelter against wind and rain? Light a fire. Build a tent. Enemies in the way, shell them, bomb them, whatever it takes. It was never the murmur of the myriad souls that kept her going, but a tiny speck of light ahead. W keeps searching, searching, and finally finds the voice that she wanted the most. All of you deserve to live. Yes, you too. I remember you, mercenary. They gave you the codename W, didn't they? Your Highness, we meet again. Whether you're the real one or not, I don't exactly have a choice, do I? I remember why you captivated me. The King of Sarkaz, yet so unlike the Sarkaz. You showed me that the Sarkaz need not to be miserable. So let's forget the myriad souls for a while. Don't need to shout Bunny, I know you were there. We're peeking into my memory, weren't you? If enough was still around, she would have. No time to think about that. Maybe I can't barge into a fight between the kings of Sarkaz, but I can break Her Highness free from the interference of the myriad souls. Nobody can feel her connection with the myriad souls with the help of Almia's arts. Emotions converge before her, emotions that belong to her. Joy. Regret. Anger. Anger? Anger? I guess this is the first time she meets the doctor. Again, anyway. Just a Chernobyl incident. Relief. The black crown magnifies her emotions. She recalls her past, savoring her experiences. Coming face to face with my entire life. Interesting. Is extracting myself from the myriad soul the only way to get it to quiet down? The emotions take shape and she grabs a colorful object in her hand. It is her emotions, the experiences of her entire life. Intangible threads stretch from me, south to the chaos and distance, the myriad soul. Is this what you deal with all the time, little bunny? What you see is probably much better than this. Her Highness, she looked at me like this once, didn't she? Thanks, Amaya. W points her gun at the myriad souls. Watch, buddy. Watch how my presence is gonna surprise Her Highness. You attack the myriad souls directly. No one has ever managed to interrupt their voices. I'm surprised at what you have achieved, Nami, I believe. But why does she look complete and unaffected? Your Highness. There's something out to know. Your Highness will listen to us. She stops. Risa sees her and she sees Risa's expression. Is what you're thinking, W? I believe that the will of the myriad souls has warped my judgment, pretty much. Not that I sympathize with the Victorians, I just don't think your original goal was to help Theresis make this Originium that turns all of Terra on its head. Maybe you can just pause this thing for a minute, let us get out of here, whatever this place is, and then we could talk about how... That way I remember wasn't one to offer choices like this. You're afraid? Shouldn't I be? I pick my fights too, you know. No, you're afraid that the beacon you have followed for so long is nothing more than an illusion. You're afraid you might be the one to break the facade. But you must face it. There's no wind in this place, but the static air begins to flow. Clouds gather dispersed by the tower, soften light like white flower spots bloom by the wind. Teresa stands in the middle of the sea of flowers. A symbol begins to appear at her feet. You recognize this, Doctor? Her voice is confident. It is as though here and now, or perhaps in the distant past, your emotions and memories have been tightly linked. You are familiar with this symbol. Why Armbusto? It exists everywhere in the universe within Originium. Most of the time it hangs in the heavens, seemingly a harmless source of light. W and the others would not think much of an unusual star in the sky. But you know that this is not right. If heaven and earth could be reversed, how could this star be a planar figure? I share with you now the universe in my eyes, Doctor. Ah, I see. If the destruction is the boundary that no life may cross and all evolution must eventually reach an end, then this is our final future. Whatever you just recall, Doctor, don't go any further. This is dangerous for others. Also you. I know that inside the Reginium is information, and you have been trying, and the reason why you didn't want to bring Monster out because it could attract attention. From who though? We know that there's a different enemy, not the fucking precursors, not the Doctor or Priestess. There's something else that's destroying the world. Or someone. But the Doctor made Originium. It's not them. Oh, the Rhombus. Don't let them notice you. What? Alright, Cosset, this tower is safe for now. Teresa. You took the most dangerous step after all. I still remember the knowledge you and Doctor shared with me. Cosset has the garden near Castle turned back into wasteland. I went back to check on it once. When the storm had passed through, active Originium had reshaped the landscape. All the entrances were covered in Originium clusters. It was impossible to tell if our experiment site had been destroyed or not. That's fine. Just some beautiful but impossible dreams, let them fade away in storm. Our goal can only be achieved here, inside of Originium. You described to me how to reverse the assimilated universe to utilize, even alter, information inherent in Originium. We can do that with Civilite Eterna. Through the shard and the cradle that hangs high in the heavens, I finally set foot in the land where truth lies. You've seen this place before. The golden ocean sits tranquil above our heads. All information is with us, free from the restriction of space and time. I did it finally. The Sark has retrieved the first Originium from deep within the land 10,000 years ago. It has returned to the Sarkas at long last. What do you mean return? In time, Gazal will truly become a guardian free from the torment of catastrophe and neuropathy. Will you still oppose me despite all that? I remember the dream that Teresa described to me. A safe and equal home where Originium is fully under control and there is no neuropathy or catastrophe. No schisms between the infected and uninfected. Man, the fucking dress really makes you look grown up now, Mamiya. The soldiers are still dying on the battlefield. Innocent people are still being driven from their homes by war. As this home shall have room for people other than the sarcasm in this plan of yours. I'm sorry. The Norwegian will not be the hope or the eternal existence that you once dreamed of. It will only become a weapon for the sarcasm to bring even more destruction. This was not Teresa's dream. You're right, Amia. Then we must become enemies. That's why you must keep going. Teresa. The erstwhile King of Sarkaz, builder of Gazel, and supreme leader of Babel stands before you. What is erstwhile? Former. Ah. Overcome me, or vanquish me. I knew it. I literally knew it. Today isn't doing this to the fucking... It's because we need Amaya to be accepted by the people to be the King of Sarkaz. And to be worthy of one. You're too good. You're too good, Teresa. I shall fulfill the King of Sarkaz's duty to the bitter end. I shall fight for the sake of the Sarkaz as I have for centuries. All who stands before me, all who try to stop me, all are the enemy of the Sarkaz. All those dreams and promises I could not fulfill, you can. You gotta earn the torch, not just pass it. No, this is not your will. I heard it. Look out. Black Tide clashes with the Black Tide. King clashes with King. Amia's black arts are reduced to nothing the moment they touch Teresa. Black threads are pulled away from around Amia, reconverging in Theresa's palm. Countless white threads rush out from Theresa's hand. They tightly surround Amia, like a soft dress or a blossom whose blooming process had been reversed. Banui. Teresa's silhouette fades in the smoke of this explosion. Where she had stood, the outline of a thorn-shaped crown becomes increasingly distinct. Interesting. Teresa's silhouette fades into the smoke of the explosion. Oh wait, I read that before. About King of Sarkaz too. This is a powerful Originium. Teresa is emulating the Black Crown with Originium. It is far beyond the powers of the King of Sarkaz that I am able to wield. Dr. Calcit, behind me. I'll protect you. Teresa? 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 Promised to take me outside to pick flowers today. Where is she? I'm meeting with the doctor. I'm visiting the wards with the Dr. Calcit. Teresa's busy. I shouldn't disturb her. I'll go to the cafeteria and get lunch for her. You're such a good child. Too mature. The sun shines brightly on the spotless deck. The wind is warm, mixed with the smell of wilderness and flowers. Amia. This. The Quatas girl turns around and sees her one-time himself running happily on the deck. This is the Civilized Discerner system. This is your memory, I can see it. You hear the whispers of my heart, know everything I'm thinking about, and vice versa. Remember it all. You're always the same, Teresa, all along. It's been a while, Amaya. I'm very happy to see you all grown up. Not bad, the donkey. Yep, I'm really happy to see you again. Give me a little bit of time. I want to take a good look at you. I've always wanted to know how things have been for you all these years. I can see them, all the fighting and the loss that you've experienced throughout the journey. I see it all. All I want is a little more time. What is that you're looking at? She casts her gaze over the distance, but there is nothing on the deck. It was such a happy time. I thought you were an unfortunate child who needed to be cared for closely. But it was you who brought so much comfort to Rhode Islands. Yes, you did. It took me a long time to realize that meeting you was the luckiest thing in my life. But why me? Let's go out for a walk, shall we? Where are you going? This is my home, Gasdell. I always wanted to take you here. Yep, Almia has never been here yet. You told me many stories of what happened here. But Babel never made it back to Gasdell. There was no need for questions. Almia feels Teresa's every choice, every struggle. I understand that war now. You had no choices. We have already made the choice when we say there is no choice. Correct. I had to choose the path that was better for Sarkaz. This race has been through too much hardship. Every step it takes is heavy and labored. If Sarkaz needed someone to show them a new path, she would take up the banner first. If the price of Sarkaz unity was the death of the hero of their king, she would be the one to step up. Their protector is inevitably also their persecutor, Almea. As we gain, so do we take away. The Teresa Anya always shows us the path of peace. That's what Babylon Islands are for, isn't it? This is technically true, but Teresa is also a warrior. She is not... Babel exists because all of you. The watchman who carries the burden of civilization. The sage who holds the key to the genius. The sage who holds the key, the genius mercenary who gains free will, and the innocent child compassionate for all life. Calcet? Doctor? W? Amia. Logos mantra scout ace goodness. Souls that shine so bright. I think also this was a reference because yeah, this is Calcet. I forgot what book character was it, but I think the book character that was Calcet based on was called Watchman. I need to double check the wiki. I forgot. Interesting that this is what we're calling W, though. This is kind of... Unless that's not W. You have overcame the barriers of race, upbringing, and disease. You share a sincere friendship and an unwavering dream. Through the tribulations of war and the obstacles of reality, you continue to stand together and stand by me. That was how Babel was founded. It was never who I made you promise. It was never I who made you members of Babel. It was you who made a clothes maker who picked up a crown and won countless kings of Sarkaz, Teresa of Babel. Okay, you keep telling yourself that, but apparently you're so fucking good at arts. Thank you, Teresa. Will you hear me tell me? Oh, more sorry, Amaya. I'll be honest, the second one is tempting. If we get more lore on any of the fucking King of Sarkas, why not? Just a sort of an ordinary Sarkas girl who lived a little longer than an ordinary person. Born in Kazel, she saw the few families and friends she had suffer in constant cold and hunger. Trembling in fear in the darkness every night, waiting for the sun to rise again. She wanted the people around her to live in happiness, to have a safe home. She would do anything for this. She remained ever true to this wish. Then why? Why must we fight you? Not every meeting has a beautiful ending, Amiya. I've read this before. When did this happen? Who said this? When did this happen? Did this happen in Babel? Did someone fucking say this in Babel? Did Teresa say this in Babel? I've left once. This time, we have the chance to say goodbye. You saw the myriad souls, Amiya. They struggled against faith all their lives. They don't want to be used and imprisoned even unto death. Seems true for me. You must defeat me, Amiya. I've been wondering why people fucking chose to be part of the myriad of souls. I guess they don't have a choice. They're literally just forced there. Okay. Only then can you carry on my unfulfilled dream. Only then can you release me. Faith should not exist, Amiya. You have remained the good girl that I saw the first day we met. No matter how much I went through. Perhaps you would not. We don't have to bear so much pain if you weren't so brave, so gentle. It is that day. You held me in your arms, told me stories until... Teresa, can you stop? I've stopped, Amiya. I'm not reading your memories, so... This is my own power. We're inside your memories. Yes, Amiya. I'm sorry, Teresa. I couldn't help myself. It's not you who should say sorry. Becoming the King of Sarkas means carrying the emotions of the many. But the emotions that belongs to ourselves are there as well. I've lost much in my life, Amiya, but I don't have many regrets. The only regret I have is you. From past to present, I never wanted to leave you. I am happy about your growth, but I should have been there for you. I should have been there to teach you how to use the power of the King of Sarkas. Now, though, is your chance to prove to me, the erstwhile King of Sarkas. A sword forms within the flame, taking shape in Teresa's hand. Wrath. It's my sword. You will hear the seething anger of the Sarkas, however, when you hold this sword in your hand. You have grabbed this sword from the wrath of the past, which once declared war upon injustice. The sword of the King of Sarkas shall ever point towards the enemy of Sarkas. The sword of King of God, the sword of the King of Sarkas shall ever slay the enemy of Sarkas. But we have come this far, and yet prejudice lives, and hostility threatens to smother us. The kings of Sarkas of the past have failed. The Teresa of the past has failed. Teresa wandering in the darkness, seeking an answer. Teresa standing in the halls of the airship, gazing down at the battle below. Teresa waking up alone from death. Friend or comrade around her. Hey, you had your brother. Teresa pointing her sword at a child. Such sorrow. Amiya could barely move under the overwhelming sorrow. Also new music. Now you hold a sword as well. Amiya feels the weight in her hand. The sword which had slain an evil god had returned to her hand. Warmless flame warms her palm. Black tide trickled from Teresa, turning into threads that lead to Amiya's hand. The sword points at Teresa. This is my final gift to you, Amiya. Feel my power, my emotions, my will. Then I'm part of you. They will be by your side in my place. The Solinomia's hand trembles, but not out of fear of excitement. She can feel Theresa's will to fill it. I've always remembered, Theresa. I remembered every story you told me, the words you whispered into my ear. I never had a chance to tell you. I'm so glad that I met you. And the sword presses Amiya's own chest. Amiya holds Theresa's hand tightly, pushing the sword further in. It is not that there is no pain, it is simply that all pain has been wrapped in a layer of warmth. Tears began to fall from Theresa's face, falling into Amiya's eyes. Just like before. Black short shatters. Warm and gentle power surrounds Amiya's fingertips. The sorrow. The purest loved. I will inherit the legacy of Civil Lady Turner. I will become the King of Sargas. I need to know if the doctor made Civil Lady Turner. Doctor pieces doesn't matter who. I need to know. Oh, I just realized. The fuck? They're the same stage. Wow. Well done. Ada. Oh, so that's what was off. Her cloak was actually too long. Okay. Huh. Guess I have to watch the fucking official one so I can pause and play. Is your gun on me? Look, miss, I drew you something. Huh. You're drawing something on the quarantine cabin's wall, Lame. But I can't see anymore. I've been blind since yesterday. Oh no, I might just... It's alright, miss. I'm infected too, remember? Babel's doctors are close, so I'm sure they'll take good care of us. Miss, give me your hand. I'll jet it out for you. Tiny Cottis gently takes the hand of the infected patient lying on the sickbed into her own. Black crystals cover her entire body, an enchanting originite sheen circulating inside the crystals. Oh man knows what this means for an infected. She has seen it before. Her finger earnestly traced a shape on the patient's palm. Said, the name you got from your parents is a flower you've never seen. I went to ask the doctor and Teresa about it, and they brought me to see the real thing. Can you feel it, miss? I'm drawing it on your palm with my finger. Your name is so pretty. I must be drawing too messy. I could try again. Little bunny, don't you scare me? What a time to fuck up. Translation. We've just recently arrived at Babel. What I'm fond of you, Amaya. Your friends, right? Can you help her find out? Help me ring a doctor with the bell. I'd like them to bring me to see. No, to touch those flowers. To do what you know can do. You're sick as well, so be good and stay here. Then I'll wait for you to come back. In fact, that Brian says nothing, only rubs Amaya's head. Amaya sees the patient trying her best to bear the pain, and the shiny ruthenium crystal on her arm. Amaya, you could just follow the doctor to Babel then. As I remember, you sat at the door of the quarantine cabin for a long time, persistently refusing to move. The doctor found you in silence and sat down to join you. You only started crying when the doctor hugged you. I too wanted to hold you in my arms, but I couldn't bear to disturb you both. Yeah, you're a bright child. You knew the infected would never return. She didn't want you to see her leave. It would be too cruel for a child to witness. But she didn't know just how strong you are. I see many things from your gentle eyes. You want to help them. Oops, not that. No matter the race or infection status, you see them as all as lively, lovely people. It was from that moment I began to harbor a selfish idea. Perhaps you could bear this crown in the future. Perhaps you can go further than I have. I was in no hurry to hand over responsibility this heavy to you. I thought I had the luxury of time to be by your side as you grew up. I'm sorry, Amaya. I broke my promise. The archer trapped us in there is gone. Theresa's aura is fading away. Doctor casts it, and it's over. What about Amnanam? I'm sorry, Doctor, I didn't find any leads to the primordial originium from Theresa. We were one step too late. To where? They have noticed, Doctor. Can you still see the top of the spire now, with the cousin Ernie standing on? I'm afraid the dust isn't going to sell so easily. The threads are such an eyesore. There she is. Buddy, help me out. Everyone's saying she's gone, but I have to see it for myself. Pink, white threads fork out like branches, attaching and going on the white pillars. They land on the red roots, wrapping and twisting, eventually covering this tower of infinity completely. I mean, I'm not going to regret like I did back then. At the very least, I hope this time. I know. The same goes for us. Amaya walks to the silk-wrapped roots, gently touching the soft matter. Sparks of flame drop from the hem of her skirt, leaving clusters of fire in her path. The flames under her do not extinguish easily, but spread to the threads. They continue to climb to replacing the fractured white threads as they wrap around the only tower standing between land and sky. Threads flutter and fall to the floor. They quickly cover the... That is one way to draw them. Actually interesting. They look like they look like flowers. Well done. They quickly cover the roots like a garden in bloom by wind, with flames burning within. Theresa sits among the flower-like flames, leaning on the roots as she looks at the golden ocean in the sky, coming to a calm. Amaya, you're so much stronger than I imagined. How warm these flames are. Flames that burn away all decay. You've really done it, Amaya. Well, since that's done, come over. Closer. Theresa, wait. Shh. I know what you're thinking, if that little mind of yours, in that little mind of yours. Look at the ocean above our heads. The waves we made are coming down. Soon we'll leave. Idiot of souls. Yeah. Some wishes shouldn't be voiced out loud. Because you'll only leave more sorrow behind. No, Teresa. I don't want to leave any more regrets. I wish we all wish you can stay. We all wish you can stay. Even if I let you down all again? Yes, you... Yes, God. Is it more important to have the people I care about know how I feel? That's what the doctor taught me. Should I go now, Amaya? I'll always be with you, Amaya, as I promised you. But the union no longer contains the slightest bit of my own Originium no longer contains the slightest bit of my own information. Even though we're inside Originium. Can they not contain... No longer means they could contain it before, but not now. Why? There's no other way to let you stay. You saved me, and in this war, there is no one on this land that will manage to realize every single wish. That includes even the Creator. Amaya, do not lament over the dead. Exercise more concern for the living, especially those who scoff at the notion of hope. But for now, before we leave, let's quietly... Your Highness, sorry, I just couldn't keep it in anymore. No, W, this is a hug from you. Why is it only W? Your Highness, your eyes. I can't see clearly anymore. The information flow holding this body together is fading away. I suppose worrying about that isn't anything strange coming from you. You haven't changed one bit, W. I guess I remember our time back at Babel when you were hiding in a corner with your camera in hand, hesitating going forward. You saw me. Of course, actually, I was even waiting for you to come over for a photo together. But you never did manage to muster up the courage. You underestimate this woman. Taking a cheeky picture of me? Not just that, I didn't think the reckless mercenary from back then would grow into the woman before me today. The truth of how the Chernobog and Lumen conflicts were actually settled, the mercenary group giving Manfred headaches for the past few years, and of course your appearance in this place that shouldn't have happened at all. You can achieve so much more than you imagined, I believe. You should have realized by now I'm not so divine as you believe, and you're not insignificant. Huh. I don't care for consoling more deceiving, but I'm taking it too hard. Your Highness, you really are always so gentle. When we first arrived in this damn place, when I saw you, I was so afraid. Want to make up for that missed photo opportunity, Your Highness? I'm afraid it wouldn't work here even if it wasn't broken. Is it because it's man-made? Just like how bombs... I don't want to leave you thinking I break promises. I said, okay. W belongs to the departed sarcasm, and a cycle that should have ended. As I said, you deserve more fitting name, a proper name for a sarcasm woman like yourself. But I did want to wait until the dust settled in Castle first, but I'm afraid I won't get to see that day come. Usadel. That'd be hard to remember. How could it be? Usadel. Del means home, that I know, but Teresa. It means to wish. Wish for a home. Yes. Gazel's destiny could you witness in my stead. Uh, but I, you, Theresis. Gazel's future's in your hands, not mine nor Theresis. You'll understand when the day comes. We gotta get more doubtful, you look. I guess that's fine. Alright, Rosabelle. It's a game onto my brain forever, I'll never forget it. I like it. Sounds so much better than the name Soderer threw at me from his dictionary. Doesn't I mean you in the hood heard that? Come listen from now on and you better not get it wrong. I remember the rules better. I want to list flames to spread so far you can even see it from the Citadel. I'm shaking because before she vanishes completely, she'll be happy with you by your side. Even if she'll never admit it herself. Doctor, we may be standing against Teresa now, but I have to admit she has achieved something beyond the limits of my imagination. Speaking of not admitting things, Calcit, do you really not want to talk to Teresa? She is your one and only friend in fucking Terra. I believe you as you are right now should already have some conjectures in mind even if you're missing your past memories. Teresa, our mission is far from being over, yes? Have we already handed the first of the union to him? What was that face? Also him? What the fuck do you mean? Oh, I was right. The other one that's chasing. Oh no. Alright. Oops. All we have done today is that we should do nothing more. I guess. Oh, wait, no. Doctor, your appearance before me right now is a proof I've won our earlier bet. Allow me to instill a little bit more suspense. You're still not ready, even now, even if all of you surpassed me. See the ocean waves billowing. I don't have much time left. I always knew our reunion only meant another parting. My dear Calcit, since we're all clear about our respective endings, why should we go through sorrow yet again? Can you come closer? Ah, finally. I guess we can shamelessly join in. Holy fuck, God, it looks dead. Yeah, okay, I need this. I don't forget I'm nining you. Teresa stretches out her hand and touches the ends of Calcit's hair. Here you are. I hope my staunch and strong Calcit isn't shedding any tear this time either. You're always like this. I'm a very fortunate soul, Calcit. Every time I leave, I do so with my dearest friend by my side. Thank you. Teresa, she's disappearing. She's what? Money? What kind of nonsense is that? This her hand is with us right now. I'm even hugging. We said I'll haven't you achieved what you wanted to do? You met, defeated me, and finally killed me. It's time to let go. I will leave without a trace and no longer exist anywhere you can see. Teresa, do you mean that the original will no longer bear any traces of you? Yes, I won't allow you to become our cage. Yeah, good. Because you are the only thing that is extremely different that is affected by Reginium. The only race, the Sarkas. What I've tried for is just to free the Sarkas completely. The Sarkas should be free in both life and death. Okay, but you still have your stupid furnace problem. Can you stop that stupid fucking ritual? I'm pretty sure that's a Sarkas ritual. Not related to Reginium. At least I don't think it is. Destroy something to gain a ladder. How do you know this line? That's from Doctor's words. This is our first meeting, isn't it? What bits have you heard of me? What kind of tracer do you have in your mind? A fan of Babel, a faultless idealist, or a cold, calculating king of Sarkas, a schemer who instigates war. Not either. Both are roles that others need you to play. That's so. This was also the last time we met. I didn't think we'd get a chance to say our farewell so peacefully. I've never been here before. A friend bid farewell to me here a long time ago. Finally, at least know how you feel about the doctor. I witnessed my friend's death. And from here I began walking towards my own. You're calling it death because you erase his memories? I like this place. But it's also somewhere I cannot reach or visit ever. Yes, this is the real, well, the world of the Doctor. It only perpetually exists in the memories of the void, unreachable throughout my whole life. Doctor, what kind of person do I seem to hear right now? This isn't the... I've said this before, fucking Teresa is incalculable. But he does both. She does both. This is also true. You and me, past and present, what is gone, what is to come. Time seems to hold no meaning here. Perhaps you already said something similar at some other point in time. But what you say isn't completely baseless. Oi, you're being meta. For the people going back to choose to pick different options. Good job. I was once warned about my future, but I was clear this was my path to tread. Warned by who? I wouldn't give up, no matter if I lived or died, regardless of place and time. However, the very same words coming from you hold no irony at all. Good Doctor. This is actually true to me, personally. There's still so much to fucking find out about you. You're cautious, still hostile and very towards me, just like you were back then. Of course. Okay, I wouldn't use the word hostile. We stand on opposing sides like we did before. But no matter, you merely haven't had enough time to figure out each other and every single enigma there is. This is true. A pity, we always have our chats when the clock is ticking down so fast. Our mission is over. Many years ago, you and Kaz had pushed a door open for me to a wider world. But I was already a sovereign to the Sarkas. I bear their suffering, their fate. My ideals and visions may transcend the sky of nothingness, but a way of reality still pulled me back down to earth. I was already convinced back then, that the person who could change the Sarkas or even the future of Terra itself was absolutely not me. It has never been me. A close friend whom I trust the most already predicted this end. Oh fuck, this is a hard answer. Is it Calcit or Doctor? No, it's a Doctor. Because the Doctor said this to Teresis. Ah, okay, never mind. No need for questions. No, I need this fucking translation. I don't think this is correct. Well, maybe it is. Doctor, give me your hand. Oh, fuck you. Oh. Yes, I had the fortune to meet your truest self. That person was wise, gentle. Though bearing with the heaviest of duty and wearing the strongest of shackles, that one never gave up hope, ever. I am gratified. You stand alongside Calcit and Amaya now, and so I believe I made the right choice back then. The choices we made on our own have also determined the path where we are now. Our original meeting in haste was just like this parting between two strangers, was it not? I can sense resentment. Why? To this day, I still feel only great and longing from when I touch the depths of your soul and the unimaginable truth. Yes, it is because I touched the depths of your heart that I hold so much regret we lost a chance to walk on the same path. Perhaps that person was so fascinating due to an internal conflict no one else can empathize with. Yep. Yeah, Teresa niya. Okay, yeah, she knew. Haven't you noticed? You don't doubt your decisions now. What shapes your true self? Everything that you've experienced or you already conceal it. This isn't particularly a good thing. You don't doubt yourself because you're confident, but also you don't doubt yourself probably because you don't know anything better. Why is Gavel there? The random Pinus Silver. Is that 12F? I can't see properly. What shapes your true self? Everything that you've experienced or your already concealed past. Look at where we are, Doctor. Those silent memories and the truth of everything, are they not by your side? Past, present, future, time is no longer defined by the rules we find so familiar at the end of Originium. You no longer remember, but you told me once that Originium brought an innumerable amount of suffering upon this land, along with countless possibilities created by hundreds of millions of sacrifices in the era you came from. Yep. Teresa also knew that Originium wasn't supposed to do this to the society. When you created Originium, what expectations did you harbor toward it and this land? Look at everything recorded inside this golden ocean. Do they line up with your expectation? You see it. Ursus Inferno, Kajarix Wind and Snow, Iberiesta. A torrent of information rushes past you in units of civilizations from time and space since time immemorial. You suddenly realize. Anyway, I said and found in this field of Virginia. You retract your hands. It is all that I've gone through that shapes what I am today, and not my concealed past. You always have a pleasant surprise in store. Doctor, we managed to meet once more while I lie deep in the sea of information after our parting. It is my past, but it is your future. You might still be on a path to find yourself. You still want to prove to me that you're just as I always have been. Oh, I wish I could see the finding answers with my own eyes, but I'm sorry, I can't go any further. Fuck. Doctor, I have to go, and so do you all. If you have no intention of being trapped in this infinite nothingness for all eternity, that is. Woman, do not tempt me. Goodbye, Dr. McCry. My dear friend whom I've never met. There's no response. The white figure atop the tower has vanished. Nothing remains. Doctor, what did you see? Teresa told me. Whoa, whoa. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Okay. Okay, yeah, I got it, I got it. We'll leave this place. The waves of information have subsided. Do you hear the voice of the myriad souls departing Banshee? The tower is at peace, Your Highness. The waves are flowing backward into a hell we cannot comprehend. The flames that could burn this route have no way to light up the infinite night. Where will all of you go from here? An eternal void, a true death. Holy shit! Wrath of God, or God of Wrath? Wrath of God, Jesus. A multi-arm Sarkaz. Is that a fucking armless Sarkaz with a wing? Now they all kinda look the same. We will no longer stay on the other side, I final. Teresa. Logos, you should get more used to being called by this name. You've made your choice, the choice of Rhode Island's elite operator. Logos stands on the endless flow of information, his own figure leaving its mark on the vast ocean. Oh god, I didn't fucking realize. The center figure on the other side stands in silence. Ripples cause her silhouette to waver. Clear. When I heard you sound the knell for yourself by the river, I was already waiting for an old friend to appear on this side. A pity, Lacker Malin is still unwilling to involve herself in this war. Mother, she did indeed rescue me from death. With an ingenious method, but one befitting her former character. She has also made her choice, as you have. I saw you confronting the myriad souls, no less impressive than the time your mother and I stood side by side in battle. I'll have no way of seeing her again. Say farewell to her from me, Logos. Your Highness, your figure is fading. Departure is also a form of resistance. This is what we've chosen for ourselves. Originium shall not cage us here for eternity. I don't understand. Where did the cage come from, and what do you seek for? There's no need to comprehend it, Logos. You need only know the trap myriad souls are now dissipating into freedom, via a complicated flow of information impossible to parse. No longer readable, but recordable. A true death. All kings and heroes will no longer respond to my words, and no longer will anyone be on the other side. Your Highness. Will the myriad soul still exist after today? No. Will there be a ferryman with an array? With an array of torches lighting up the other side? Then, where will our kin go when they leave us? I don't know. I'm afraid it's too late for me to find that answer. I've walked to the end, and the truth of civilization lies before me in fog. There's no way for me to touch it, but it does not mean the rest of you cannot cross it. Your Highness? I just unloaded the burden for reading for the future. What the myriad souls care about is only its sarcasm. From death comes new life. You understand the inevitability of fate, but you have yet to clearly perceive the true death. The myriad souls are no longer our shackles, and Originium will no longer be the sin we bear. Logos, our departure also serves as our liberation. No longer will there be prolonged, indignant murmuring for myriad years, an unforgettable legacy of suffering to be inherited. For the first time, we have a future that can be changed. For the first time, we have the right to choose. No surrendering here, only death. You don't have to kill me. Just look at the bloody crystals on my body. My comrades, they haven't appeared from the fog. I can't live on, I don't want to die. The Mercenar's blade stops right before it makes contact with a dying soldier. He looks towards the sky and feels something leaving. The impatience to kill gradually fades away from inside of him. Finally. Can I imagine that? So it wasn't just fucking trauma, I see. Why the Sarkas were always so fucking violent. The Sarkas will no longer need to live for the shackles of history. We will live simply for survival, resist against suffering the exact same way as everyone else does on this land. Now my ball of yarn! Kosher, careful paprika. But thanks, you can put me down now, Ines. If I don't wait to rescue me and the rest, so don't panic. Wait, how fucking small is paprika? You're not a Sarkas, you're not that strong. Well, just stronger than the doctor, but physically, I mean. My banana gave them to me before I left home. You feel that, Ines? Feel what? Abundance of your soul. Paprika. You clueless child. She's out of sarcasm. I was concentrating on the skeleton. I need to make sure it stays somewhere safe. Somewhere no one can locate or affect it. Holy fuck, you're hiding this whole thing on your shadow. Paprika, what did it feel like exactly? And will it affect any future plans? But I can't say, but from everyone's face it seems like it wasn't just me. You're crying. Well, you're right, but why? Sympathy, mercy, finally. What about you? Same as every other Sarkas. Depart, dissipate, die. No, she's gone now. Please continue accompanying Rhode Islands on their path. There is no need to doubt your decision. Thank you, Logos. Your Highness, perhaps you may share my doubts on whether the Myriad Soul's departure will truly allow us to bid farewell to the past. The other side will be bare. But where will the plague of death from this battlefield send the souls of our kin to? Your Highness, I will witness our end in your stead. The ferry is no more. I shall guide the souls. If they have nowhere to go, we shall be about. My voice will set the torches on the other side of the flame, and I hereby vow, only when I no longer hear the roaring of my kin on the other side. When our compatriots can rest in peace on this land, will the knell cease to ring. Ripples form the golden water as the Myriad Souls respond. Kings and heroes, regular spirits, or resentful wraiths, they live with haste. Traces of the Sarkas existing within Originium dissipate. Now please allow me to send both of you and the Myriad Souls off. An elegy sounds from his lips as he readies to walk over the water. The young Banshee sends off the Myriad Souls off. Leave, Patriarch. She's gone. Amnanem has bloomed, destiny already in her hands. She honored her vow, so the war will also abide by her. Go no longer. Shroud yourself in the fog. Water death with death. And honor departure with victory. Victorious condolences, I shall personally receive it in her stead. Your greatest student, huh? The blue foul beast specks at the tears of the white-horned demon. She caresses the foul beast's feathers on its brow. Can Nightingale inherently empty soul feel the pain of their departure? Liz, did you feel that? You're troubling in our souls, lamenting whispers echoing in our minds. The corner of Leah's eyes twitched minutely, unable to respond in her deep slumber. Shining, is her conditioning worsening? No, she'll be fine. Margaret, we have to meet the doctor and the others with haste. Is it because of that thing transforming in the sky earlier? When it began changing, you started acting strange. Is this another conspiracy too? No. At the very least, he will be unable to involve himself in the matter for the time being. Though it definitely has a link to his schemes. Every Sarkaz has probably felt it, the departure of someone extremely important to us all. I can't fully comprehend what exactly you're talking about, but any new accidents in our current situation might affect how the war will go. You're right, the doctor and the rest should have more pivotal information on their end. Man, it's the second time we lose another King of Sarkaz, and it's the same person. Just no more time to waste, let's go. I can't see Teresa surviving this, goddammit. General. This place is. We were cleaning up the battlefield when we so fortunately found you. General, we failed to recapture the lifeboat. Am I the only one here? Ascalon, General, your wounds. We'll bring you back to the camp for treatment right now. No. We missed our chance and time is no longer on our side. Top priority right now is to return to Londinium and discuss our next move of our plan in the region. Contact the spy scientists ahead to cooperate with us. And prepare to cross this war zone. You're adorable, aren't you? Yeah. It's like Manfred when he was young, and this is how he looks at Teresa's or Teresa before. General, look at the blood dripping non-stop. You're in trouble shape. The military commissions can't afford to lose another high-ranking officer. Give an order. And you're exactly like Teresa's. This is for the remaining living Sarkaz. Yes, sir. What happened? Possible is feeling. Your Highness, is this the price you spoke of? For the Sarkaz's future. Your Highness. He only used that term for Teresa. From today onwards, there will be no trace of your existence anywhere, even within Originium. The gods, or the arrogant beings professing to be the creator. Will you see them at the end of your path, Teresa? After I felt you brushing past me, your voice has turned harder to hear. All I hear now from the void surrounding me is muffled, vapid noise. The path ahead is clear and it's time for everything to end. Teresa. Can you still hear my voice? I can. Yours, the newborns, and the dying ones. Here, we can hear the voice of every sarcasm. The souls are stranded in an ocean of unconsciousness, shouting our names before they join as they await guidance. In a present, no longer recorded anywhere in time, the name we respond to the most is Teresa. I can hear the raging rumbling from skeletons that fell the sea of stars in the ice field 10,000 years ago. Unknown, dreadful, terrifying. Is that just Sami? I think this is just Sami. We have ended the precision that was abandoned into our blood from the time onward. No, we have yet to do so. We question ourselves, did our resistance hold any meaning? It's Patriot, son of a bitch. Or at least I want to go. The future will prove it to us. Not about now. Now we shall go far, far away. This is my reply. Myriad souls will never give up, persisting until they completely dissipated, did one last thing for the Sarkas within the Originium. They fought for every joy everyone has a right to survive. Everyone's still alive. Onward, everyone. The day a certain exhausted Sarkas girl fell into a deep sleep within the warm flames of Kazal's soul furnace for some reason. She jumped off her mother, far away in a foreign country, standing in light within the pitch-black darkness, speaking to her. She couldn't hear her clearly, but she did not cry either, because she saw her mother smile. Then she woke up, opened her eyes, and saw a pure white flower in full bloom by her head. The black dust from the forge burning death landed on the fragile flower petals. But it unexpectedly highlighted the flower's dazzling vitality even more so. Here death and light congregate, the girl shed tears at the beauties created by settling death aflame. That the Sarkas passing by the soul furnace would see a girl show up every single day to water a flower growing in Originium dust and bones with drops of dew. It's their experiment with Calcet. She offered tribute to the light until the day that flower withered and died. Or maybe this was just young Teresa. Was it just a young Teresa? Is that how the story ends? Why is it so sad, Teresa? Sad? I actually see it as a happy tale of hope arriving, Amiya. The flower withered, returned to dust, but the seed of a new life has already been sown. Ah, a perfect example of the day. Did the Revenant get left behind? No, the Myriad souls never took in Revenants. Yep, that's a different. The Revenants are the... They literally chose to burn themselves to become weapons, basically. Even if he regathered his thoughts, his intrinsically Originium influence cannot be reversed or changed. So he was never to depart with the Myriad souls. So Her Highness never planned to take him away from here either. I have no way of knowing. So it's not like Her Highness can't lie. But I expect you to end up in my hands, old fossil. There's no reason to harm him anymore, Devil. I told you to call me Isidel. Relax, buddy. I'm not going to smash him to bits. I'm just taking him away with me. He already died once, so it's not so hard to guess why Her Highness let him remain here. Up till her death, she always prayed for the Sarkas to unite, so her plan for the Revenants is super simple. First, live like people. Well, even if he no longer looks anything like one. You don't have to set everything on fire. Your mission ended up a long time ago. So you'll leave the rest to more capable people like me, for example. Well, just stay in this weapon for the time being, yeah? Do you still remember the story about the puppet, Amiya? He went into a river of tears and sank into the riverbed. Grief, despair, but it doesn't mean it's a true ending, so it's, You can always continue your story for as long as you want, but what's more important is the storyteller. The storyteller, are you talking about yourself, Teresa? Me, no, Amiya. I'd prefer the storyteller to be you. Hold on, do we have to go back to where we came from to leave? Is that possible? We won't have time, the place is changing faster than I expected. So what are you and the crone planning? How the hell are we leaving this place? Doctor, I cannot tell you how to leave this place. The secrets in here are beyond even me. But I believe Teresa definitely mentioned a piece of key information to you. Now what? Doctor Calcet, these roots are breaking apart and floating upwards. Teresa, what if the puppet was never alone in the first place? Maybe his companions were waiting for him down there all along. Just like us, Doctor. Dr. Gossett and you, and everyone in Babel. Little people made of pebbles. White, black, green, red. A lot of them. They'll surround the puppet and bring him far away, following the fierce river waters. Where can they go? Got an elevator. We're currently falling from this platform. She finally noticed what Teresa has done. Okay, that's priestess. This tower is being erased. All the information that was organized and put together here is being broken apart. And since Teresa's presence here, as if she still exists within the shadow, although it's vanishing quickly, she's fighting against it. As are the mirrored souls. Get your head moving, Hood. Even the platform we're on is breaking apart. Old hag, this freak isn't here to help you, so stay still unless you want to fall and shatter into a million pieces. I have an idea on how to slow down our descent. Old Fossil, get out here and help. I know you can do it. Alright, I have my arts too. The land ship got swept away with ocean waves when it was coming to a calm, but I remain and I will be your ferry. But I told you, Doctor, we will unite in peace and tranquility. The Pebble people will take the puppet along the River of Tears. Doctor. Even if they get dizzy from the... the white and black again. The black is hope and the white is depressing reality. Even if they get dizzy from the river's current, as long as they don't give up and stay together hand in hand, they'll never get lost within the tears of sadness. When you're truly confused by everything, you will remember the answer you seek were here all along. You and I must raise your hands at the same time. Within the silent space, a familiar ship rises from the sea of information. The airship that was supposedly shattered into pieces is ricocheting anew, according to your intentions, hovering below you. The both of you gaze at the giant diamond shape in the distant void. Originium, Truth, Priestess, Teresa. It's time we left this place. The airship accelerates forward, tearing apart the void as it enters the light. The puppet and his friends don't know how much time has passed, but they never give up. Even though they're super tired, they share the same wish. When the water slowed down, they seized the chance to float all the way up. They succeeded, and finally saw a sea, a golden sea, bathed gold by the sun. Broken sun. It turned out they didn't just cross the river's tears, but also vast ocean they didn't know about behind them. They set foot on land once again. See you, Doctor. I'll be here with... I'll be waiting for you. Alright. That is the best news I've heard so far. Right, this is Babel. With the help of his friends, the puppet crossed the River of Tears and even the Golden Ocean behind them they didn't know about. Finally, they set foot on land once again and found that the Plains of Hope. Risa, do you like the ending I came up with? Of course I do. The puppet's friends, that's my favorite part of your story. But how did the story actually end, Teresa? Teresa. I can't recall ever having this conversation with Lisa, but I've dreamed of it happening countless times. It meant the story would finally get an ending it never had, but the storyteller never left. I want to tell her already I have the power to change how the story ends. The question I wasn't able to answer back then, and the answer I found. I am willing and able to bear this crown. Mental matter fall like feathers. There's no way we can stabilize this huge ass thing. But I was near on the ground at this rate. Time to get to work, ancestor. I am trying. Regaining control of this ship is no easy feat. Quit pretending. How were you so good at it when you were working for the military commission? Insolence. Treat your elders with more respect, young sarcasm. We have to brace ourselves for the impact from the airship's emergency landing. Monster, protect the doctor and Ame. Man, you gave us an extremely important lure, Dr. Cal said. They needed me. We just woke up. Amiya, the puppet's friends never gave on him. No matter how they suffered. Whenever the puppet needs them, they'll show up, catch him, and walk with him, through his troubles together. That's what I wish for too. I hope I'll always be there whenever you need me. Just looking at me, Teresa. But what we go through, things don't always go our way. Some of the little puppet's friends will get lost while on this journey, but their collective memories will accompany their little puppet friend to the end. Yeah, I will always be with you, all, regardless of what formatting. Teresa, are you leaving? What are you saying, Amaya? I left long ago. What? You're not Teresa. Amaya, the memories in your dreams are warm, but you should wake up now. Return to your companions. Amaya, they need you. Their journey is still yet to end. How did I end up here? We just left the assimilated universe. I remember the airship returning to our familiar sky, on the GM crystals covering the entire ship, receding like its head. This is the most I can do with the main condition. I'm afraid there's no way to absorb all the impact force. I'm trying my best here. One more time, old coot. Monster. Everyone needs me. What can I even do now? I will help you. Interesting. Every inch of the gigantic thing vibrates as a metallic shudder. The airship's speed of descent slows down once more. She uses everything Theresa's taught her with all her strength to prop up the monstrous huge vessel. A warm power like a murmur from her dreams encircles Amaya. She feels as if that person who's left has returned, hugging her. Theresa. Here. Your eyes isn't changing, which I find weird. Amaya has never experienced a feeling like this. The simulated power enveloping her, abundant and warm. As an illusion, or she's still dreaming. Theresa, is that really you? Well done, Amaya. You have to believe in your comrades and your own strength too. We'll descend slowly. Carefully, Sarkaz on the battlefield raises her head as if sensing a familiar aura. The silhouette of the supposedly dead King of Sarkaz appears in their radiance. With a sigh, they no longer see her, only a gentle Kotos with a similar form to the person they were expecting to see. And I guess the only thing actually useful or money. Why do you look like there's a lot about me? Yes, their ship is huge, so I guess the Sarkaz station within the city will soon come looking for us. We'll have to evacuate as quickly as we can. I have something better in mind. Three said, no, you're not. I'm the only one who can see you, right? Yes, others can see me as well, only if you wish it, so... Guess who are you? I promise. Theresa promised to stay by your side and watch you grow up. Theresa is gone forever, but she left a program inside the crown. I manifested in this form because of your emotions. A promise and emotion entrusted into the crown, a will that relies until late eternity to exist. Do you have any doubts on me? I can answer them. If Theresa truly left you here as her will, the story about the puppet and its ending, what was it that Theresa wanted to tell me? Theresa made up that story herself, and there are no records of it, any existing works, so there is no way I can answer her question. So, but you have surpassed her, as she wished. What she wanted to say has already been passed on to you. It is up to you to decide what will happen next in the story. Thank you, Theresa. Do you guys see that the Sarkaz actually fell from the sky? The clouds, they're scattering. The Sarkaz can't control the storm anymore. I mean, Doctor, that no matter how short or long this moment of safety lasts, we must seize the opportunity. Capture Silver Rock bluffs and advance towards the city walls. Rout the Sarkaz. Today, the second time, we witnessed her departure. Yep. A great king of Sarkaz, a true hero. She initiated an unprecedented grand undertaking for the Sarkaz, and we are witnesses and participants. From the royal court camps to the war council and to the military commissions of today, we will never fall as long as war still goes on. We have already wrested enough victories for the Sarkaz over the past millennia. He looks up at the dreadful scene in the sky with only reverence. The Victorians' zealous chase after the phantom of victory while never understanding of why we crave war in the first place. From death comes new life. Ha. This war has sated me. So that's how we beat you. Okay. The 106th Assault Artillery Brigade has successfully regrouped with the 2nd and 8th Battalions of the Duke of Normandy's Grenadier Regiment. 9th Battalion Armored Corps and the Exemplars have seized Drill of Hill 92. Anti-witchcraft cannons back online. Medic transmission has been restored. Your Grace of Battlefield is back under our control. But of him. The Gashwell is severely damaged and should still be. Hold on, we just managed to locate it. It's right next to us. Our forces dispatched to the Tusco River without withdraw at once. Yes, Sir Grace. Your Grace. We're late. All 3 kisses went down simultaneously. He blinded every single eye of ours. That Duke of Wellington. Many years ago, by the Duke Tusco Rivers, he told me a day would come when nothing would be able to stop the advance of high-speed battleships. He's done it. You get the castle has paused its demands. The Iron Duke's warships are forming up again. Three light battleships have turned their guards towards us. The Sarkas have only just retreated, but he wants to start another war with the Dukes right away. Has he truly gone mad? The dead, that fire in their eyes. The nearby adjacent hill stops in his tracks. The purple fire leaves from his eyes, floating to someplace higher, farther away. To shadows and smoke enshrouding an entire fleet of steel. Your Royal Highness Blana, are you ready? Anytime. Flame falls from the sky, rolling across the flagship's bow, burning the original flag instantly. The mere flames blossom into a purple one after another, and every ship revolting its fleet. Huh? What is it there? What's with the fireworks? Isn't it a municipal building? What do you think you're all done up for? It's a new flag. We work so hard just for the, you know? So look nice, doesn't it? Looks nice, doesn't it? Thank you for the flowers, Miss Reed. It's so pretty. What are you looking at, miss? We're quite a distance from Londinium, yes? Could the ashes from the battlefield float this far? A spark falls on the Draco's fingertip. The fleeting purple fades, leaving only a speck of dull grey ash. It's hot. Ta-da. After a century, we finally raise our flag once more on this land. We have proved our strength to the Sarkas and Victorians. Here and now, no one will be able to stop us, to scorn us. Tarans, my people, they have all become a force that can control the war and shape the land. We shall let everyone see the coming of a new age. The Draco raises her hand, smiling at the land. Every Taran flag flutters in unison. A rich purple coalesces under the clouds. And it stands against the crimson storm and the still flickering golden light. I see, so this is how it ends. He really has no intention of letting us breathe. Wellington, do you truly hate Victoria, or? You trace an urgent telegram from the Duke of Godalming. And the Duke of Normandy as well as the Duke of Fife. Let them sit there in their anxiety for a while. Back then, we joined hands to confine this warmonger into a Duke's attire. Now we have no choice but to suffer the consequences of our actions. Go fetch the proposal locked away in the first drawer on the right side of my desk. I wrote it myself before I came to Londinium. Will the Iron Duke be willing to restart negotiations? No, that's not it. Victoria will no longer have an Iron Duke in the future. But Caster may perhaps find a new powerful ally by forging alliance with the Wellington at this time. This in our best interest. He knows I will make this choice, and the King... He and King Gale's descendant treat war and death like their bargaining chips. We must recognize Tara's independence if we don't wish to go to war on two fronts at this critical juncture. Our soldiers and people will be furious once they find out about the rugged Wellington Patel. They won't accept our choice so easily either. Indeed. But what of it? The people have always longed for a hero that descends from the heavens to guide them. The Duke casts her gaze towards the battlefield below. The soldiers are excitedly chanting a name in the wake of their fresh decisive victory. Exemplars. She certainly doesn't resemble her father. Other than her golden hair, speaking of which, it's amusing how legitimate heirs to the Ascendant royal line always sport such dazzling hair, that you can see it shine from afar. You mean, Alexandrina, the girl might just be Victoria's chosen one. The ducal fleets are restructuring their formation. They're slowly slowing their pursuit. So that's why the cannons go all quiet. What are they thinking? The Sarkas only just retreated, so now's the best time to give them a thrashing. That's Gododin's frigate. They're approaching the wreck of Kazer's flagship. Seems like he's taking the opportunity for a breather. Just that. It's probably because he's scared that the ship's going to take a long to repair, that the National will rush onto the deck and devour them all. When's the last time I saw Originium's wall? Are they cracked wide open, covered with Originium crystals, or soaked in fresh blood? All covered with dead branches or even inlaid with the bones of our people. And we got out of Northport, many of us might have thought that was the worst we'd experience. But afterwards we saw a deck flooded with blood, and went through a perilous time, all thanks to Originium. We watched as the war turned our city into unrecognizable ruin. Is there anyone who willingly to puff out their chest and say they can imagine how the city looks like inside? The Duke's spies should have more information than we do, from their conduct. Cass and the others are probably preparing to abandon Londinium. A nomadic city wrecked by the Sarkas may be worth less than a fleet of 4 at a high price. Also, the shard has surely yet to fall. No one knows if the Sarkas have any remaining tricks to try, or if any other city will turn into a battlefield. More nobles might decide to move their troops back home. Last I knew they would pull something like this. Then let the fight and then not give a crap about what's gonna happen to Londinium. As you say, that's what they definitely do. So it's just another day, ordinary day for Victoria. As for us, we've decided long ago that we should do, haven't we? For a moment, she cannot discern if someone belongs to the Exemplars or was saved by them. Everyone is exhausted, but they still hold their heads up high. Siege knows she doesn't have to say much, because opened eyes will not close so easily anymore. Siege looks over to Londinium, their city, their people. She lifts the hammer in her hand. Exemplars advanced. No rest for the wicked. Enough, enough. Please, just withdraw the order. The shard has already stopped, so how can we go on fighting? What else can we do now but to be smashed into pieces by a high-speed battleship? Get up. Shut that mouth of yours. We are at war, and this is a battlefield. Hide in here all you want, and some feline will eventually lop your head off anyway. Pick up your blade. If we must die, we die with dignity. There's no other way we can go. Oh look, the change is happening. Fuck. What's going on? Who else could use the royal court's frequency? Whose signal is this? Hello, can anyone hear me? Wizardels is the name, the one and only name guided by Her Highness the King of Sarkas herself. Every Sarkas still under the Sarkas command. Listen up. I don't care if you came here after hearing whatever nonsense from Xerxes or some royal court geezer. I am delighted to announce the war has ended and you guys lost. But Her Highness says she wants to have every Sarkas return home. So if you want to live, it's time to ignore orders from military commissions and do as this transmission says. Oh, I should have mentioned it earlier. This is Babel. Quick, follow me. This path is safe. We haven't spotted any Sarkas for a long time. As a mission, our own exemplar frequency, disclosure. I'm setting turn the volume up some more. Everyone should be able to hear it now. Oh, did I hear that alright? Siege! That lady Siege did it. She brought back her people with her, and together pave a way home. We will send a squad closer to her closest to their location over. Fang's squad is also on their way. She's the fastest out of them and can help us ensure the road stays here. Ah, Kuranta blood. Right. Next, I just have to find a relatively safe spot for the rendezvous. No need for that. Miss Closure, we're quite close to the city walls. Every maintenance access point is inside my head. Every member of the Self-Salvation Corps who pulled out of Lendium won't forget them. There are some old passages the Sarkas definitely have no clue about. We can't go home. What happened to Clovisria this whole time? I haven't seen her. It's weird. That frequency you care about is active. Judging from their speed, they're practically rushing towards the city. Why is this your name now? The passages the Sarkas don't know about only number few. They definitely pick the path closest to Highbury. K13? Something happened in there before. Vice won't risk that with his party. Probably K15. If they go through somewhere else, spread some news about munitions factory number 11. Figure a way to lure them there. Almost as usual, just clean that path up as much as you can. And don't get spotted when we make a kill, yeah? You're more wary with this regular workers and exemplars than you are with the Sarkas. In case something goes our way, could you just let me know if you see them as friend or foe? That doesn't matter. The person they knew is no longer here. Yeah, knew it. What happened to you, Allerdale? That disgraceful traitor died in the Mausoleum of Kings, and is no longer worthy of achieving the glory they threw away themselves. Here's a faint familiar sound once more. Again and again, agitating her eardrums and heart. Steam night? Where there is no white seam in the sky at all. Perhaps it's merely the sound of active uranium rapidly evaporating into the air. That armor, did it fly away? We haven't gotten any news. The Sarkas might have taken it apart, or maybe the uranium buried it on the battlefield. You achieved your goal for now by leading it to the Side of Kings to help Exampers out, but it's really difficult to control. Do we have to figure out a way to achieve it? Let's not risk ourselves with that yet. Sure, I mean, it might just pop out on its own accord whenever. What is what a mad ghost would want to do next? Perhaps, or maybe. When next we meet, he can find a bit of something that belongs to him. No, absolutely not. You know just how rare it is to find a protective gear able to cope with the high levels of Originium and Lundinium nowadays. But your price is just too... There are a lot of people in your community who needs this, so you can't just cut it down. You just told me your wife and child have stones growing on them and they can't bear with the pain. I'll be frank, me too. Every night it gets so bloody painful, I can't catch a wink. I suspect the same goes for you, for everyone in this city. These wretched crystals are growing wantonly on everybody. Not to mention those devils anxiously running amok now. So listen well. My price is fairer than fair. You're worried for your health, but I have to plan for my future. Columbia's private sanatoriums don't come cheap. I know a director there who's cunning scoundrel, and I only hope he doesn't con me out of my coin. I also have to pay my servants, my chef. What's going on? Mr. Hall, we currently... Oh, the Sarkas found us. Hurry, get moving, and push out the puppers still clinging around our doorway. To buy some time. Puppers. Those devils can't tell whose lives are more valuable. No, that's not it. They're not Sarkas. That's it. There's a mess in our warehouse wall. Now everyone's rushing in to grab the goods inside, and we can't stop them. What do I pay you for? Where are your electrical nets and heavy crossbows? I don't care if you attract some Sarkas, as long as you keep the goods safe. But they have fire on their side. Fire. Reunion. Good day, Mr. Hall. And all you people. Reunion, right? This has been a buzz. about your group this past few days. Listen to me, Reunion. I don't know why there's a misunderstanding between us. I'm infected too. We're basically family, right? We can work together. Just name a price. How much for you to be my bodyguard? Reunion does not accept employment offers. I want about a share of my sales or donation. I can make a donation as an infected. This city infected need all of this and all of this urgently. Aren't we the people you fight for? Heh, donation. That's not the tune you were whistling earlier. I see I got it now. I should have thought of it earlier. Of course. Everyone would want all of this for themselves. You're just capitalizing on another crime. You want to set a score? Sure, I'll begin. Stuart Hall. You applied for a huge subsidy every year for protective equipment because your factory processes originium. But your workers have never seen a single garb of protective gear you've accumulated. The infected living in the outskirts of town, just how many of them were your workers who were kicked out from your factory? Meanwhile, you stuffed yourself with Colombian Pioneer Company meetings. Failing to send all these gears out before war broke out in Londinium must have cost you a pretty penny. But you still thought yourself lucky. Londinium's done for, and the protective suits you almost deem a loss came in handy once again. Just what you want. Are you not a group that liberates the infected? Look, just look at the stones all over my body. Physical illness is not the source of the infected suffering, it's injustice. Your luck has run out, Mr. Hall. Because Reunion is here. The same tune as Rhode Island. It's totally right, I've heard of you. It's all thanks to you. Just doing what I should do. This is a lot of protective suits we have here. We have to distribute them. Even if an infection is inevitable for some, this equipment can slow the disease's progression for those already sick. At the very least, they won't suddenly explode into bits from continuous exposure in a high-level originium zone. And most infected choose to hide there in their homes, so they wouldn't know who to ask for help, even if their condition gets terribly dire, right? So let's go look for them. Tommy, you know how dangerous that is? Of course. That odd thing hanging above the shore seems to be gone, and the sky seems to have lightened up a little. Guess the Sarkas are having some trouble. Our blokes are saying a huge amount of Sarkas are retreating into the city. They're also swarming to the spot where that flying fortress fell. According to the current alert level, going out is practically suicide. They're swarming the spot where the flying fortress fell. There's... Okay, no, that's Duke of Caster. Never mind. Can you still? We were doomed long ago, right? I understand. Her brother lives in County Castshire. You've met him. If I don't make it back, just give my wrench to him. If possible, tell him I was a... Nah, forget it. Tell him nothing. Also, Catherine, my son towards you, Vice, and the Observation Corps and Rhode Islands has never changed. There's no meaning in saying that what's happened won't change. But you can influence and change whatever is yet to happen, kid. We're all good to go. That's quite a bit of them. You will spend quite some time tearing at some of those monks. They've turned their backs on us. Reunion nearly collapsed because of traitors. These few fellas didn't shake things up too much. Is there anyone who has never been confused in their life? Yeah, thankfully their betrayal didn't do us much. For better or for worse. We have our own rules. There are other places that could use your help. But you'll go over, anyway. Alright. Save your strength, avoid combat, go get some suits from Percival, and keep yourself safe. How do you know? Don't forget it. Thanks. That went smoothly. Quite a number have recognized you and your fire, Tallulah. I already put the shackles back on. If only they could see my flames as up. Sorry, that's Amia. Now we have a literal city of infected. Can you find a shadow of your former ideals in it? Only rebel and ruin everywhere I look. Even we infected live in our vastly different lives. We suffer from the same disease, but never the same kind of suffering. This is why a union has to be here. If the infected are born from injustice, then we will start against all injustice. That is literally the code for Rhodes Island. Good shit. Okay. You're finally back! Are you hurt, child? The circus didn't spot you, did they? I'm fine, thank you for letting me stay here. I brought some food back with me. How are you feeling today? Just more stones, but it's fine, it doesn't hurt. An old lady like me never had much long to live anyway. But a group came by while you were gone. They're good people. They gave me a checkup and I asked them to come back in a bit to examine you too. Checkup? Were they doctors? I should be in the city by now, but I haven't managed to reconnect with them. If it was them. Doctors? I'm not sure, but they told me to look for a place with flames if I needed any help. Flames? Oh, you're back. This girl has helped me so much. She's infected too, so take her back. 9. So 2, yes. Been a long time, Chen. I see. This is how we're gonna with Chen and Tallulah. The artisans who carved the giant statues here many years ago never could have imagined the guards of the Royal Museum collapse into rubble due to the Sarkas, instead of standing for eternity together with Victoria. The fallen mud skeleton emerges from deep underground, landing with a few lucky survivors. Ines, where are we? Oh, son of a bitch! It's too quiet. We're not on the battlefield. Ines, 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 what is right? Paprika, where are we? Where's Ines and the Wally? What's become of the battlefield now? Did they recapture the lifeboat already? We're currently underground with many stone giants. Ines is... W went with the others. I thought there's too many questions at once. You recovered quicker than I thought. I thought I'd be more ruthless with you. What of him? Who knows? I might have already killed him. Don't give me that look. Is he good for us? He's really dead. Very nice. Hope we can have some of the time. Okay. Currently we stopped the lifeboat in the Mausoleum of Kings. W followed the doctor and the others to stop the airship. But we don't know how they're doing. The Mausoleum of Kings, I recognize the Steam Knight's equipments. There's also plenty of Sarkas remains here, so if my hunch is right, this is where the Steam Knights were surrounded and killed back then. Any other clues? I did find something. Take a look. This is clothing. Finally! Julie lore! Found another rare insect Sarkas skeleton. I thought it might jog your memories. There is a word in the lining. Julie. Son of a bitch! Okay. There are many Sarkas with names, and there's no anybody involved in this order here was ordinary. She left her name here, and it should have stayed undiscovered forever. But we chanced upon her. What she and others did here will ultimately be remembered by us. But it sounds like it wasn't something to be happy about. I have been waiting for this reveal. I have been waiting. They remembered. Thank you. I see so Judy died. Kinda sad. Julie was stronger than the average assassin that was trying to kill Theresa. Aside from that... Holy shit. She was also compared to Asuka. Wow. But it sounds like it wasn't something to be happy about. We already have more than enough of our own buried in this foreign country after all. How many of them can we remember when everything's over? So what next? Your injury. We settle. We're in the lift. This is Babel. We settle who? That sounded like W. What's she up to this time? I receive any more intelligence from outside the battlefield. I fear we might have missed out on something very important. He really did try to kill me. Give yourself some time to heal. I haven't died just yet. Our top priority is to contact the doctor in W. If she wasn't lying the transmission, then she really needs us right now. Seems like the battle has gone way past how I expected it to go. Regent Teresa, what exactly have you two done? Yeah. It's just so much as in the seminary, but the Regine's special nature means we were gone for a brief moment. I can't expect that. This will likewise be a sudden change for the military commission. Indeed. Communications are being restored, and the Ducal Alliance will speed up their advance. I don't think the military commissions will stand a chance against the running offensive of the Alliance. A proactive attack from us might bring greater results if we rely on the contact points within the city she strives to preserve. It's only because she puts herself in danger during this time that our backup without a hitch. She did well. We set up? I'd love to hear from Cassidy in private about what your group went through, but I guess it isn't the best time for that. You really still like Cassidy, huh? To be honest, it was all I could do to bring you out of this chaos. Oh, wait, you? Many of those in the city saw the airship crash, and everyone has been guessing who's done it. Doctor, you may find it hard to imagine the joy when you suddenly see hope within the long dark night. I wouldn't call it a benefit at most, it means more possibilities for it. Woman, that is a benefit. Well, never mind. No, possibility doesn't necessarily mean benefit. W. No, she insisted I call her Wizardel. She said she received a transmission from her subordinate. And to go to verify it, I couldn't stop. No matter, she knows very well what she should be doing. I see. Also, checked her belongings. She must have left a way for us to contact her. Is that a fucking bomb? That's very much herself doing things. How are Ami and Logos doing? The next area hasn't been swept clear yet, but once they confirm it's safe, we'll evacuate to the next safe point at once. Dr. Amishi. Alright, I'll try my best to get in touch with more of our friends inside the city. We'll need their help. God, you grew up so well. Jesus Christ. Seeing the opportunity. Understood, I'll handle it. I'm the one most familiar with the rebuilt and intra-city network after all. You may not have noticed, Doctor, but you've become more proactive ever since we left the assimilated unit. I've been noticing this. It's not just that. It's ever since we went to Ludinium. Is it due to the first Originium? You've become somewhat impatient ever since you've met Teresa. I learned some truth I am unable to speak of. I still have my own reservations. I still have my own reservations, but the importance now is to stay clear. Let them make your judgment. Still have my own reservations, but what's important now is to stay clear-headed and make your judgment. Only the genius knows the truth to that. I will not make any further comments on that incident, but it does not mean my anger towards that event is no more. However, Doctor, you have proven yourself to us. You have walked on the same path as us to where we are today. That's enough to prove that Teresa made the right decision. So there's no need to be trapped by your past self. Besides, you know absolutely nothing about everything that happened then. That's precisely why I can't comprehend Teresa's choice at all, but from her few sentences I have a suspicion that fills me with fear. I am kind of both. Doctor has and is able to do anything. You're hesitating here of that. Actually, that's my true self. That was never the truth. Do not let unwarranted expectations disturb your present determination. We determine who we are by our actions than our words, no matter how long we spend hesitating before we reach the end. The future will answer me, Doctor. I am now more willing to follow you down your path. We will witness it together. I don't think her answer will change. But now our key focus should be on the thing that can turn its head for. Fuck! No, it's the same. Ew! Okay, that answers the question, who the fuck is the him? Fucking god, okay. Services. Teresa's trust towards services has never changed. They have never truly diverged from one another. What we currently face is still within the scope of their plan. We have unfinished tasks to get to. We don't know what Teresa's plans to do with a weapon that can easily change this narrative. There's a reason to believe it will not be a gentle method. No, we just... Next course of action, Doctor. Need your help. Oh, alright. Now the Psychos have only one choice left to make, Teresa. Yes, our people have already made their choice. I will fulfill the promise made between us. I will help you. Why do you sigh? I know if I won, you would stand by my side without a shred of hesitation. Isn't that right? Theresis. Theresis can no longer hear her voice. She is gone, but her answer to the future remains. The first Odyssean fell from the Shard's peak, traversed the barrier, and landed in the palace of Westalag's subterranean throne room. The answer is what it lies in the palm of his hand. He wrested the key to freedom for the Sagas from its arrogant traitor. As you promised me you would. But I lost you completely. Teresa, you fulfilled your promise, so how could I resign myself to walk in your shadow? I will continue ahead on the path you were halfway through to the end. To retrieve what is ours from those who believe they dictate our fate. I shall judge that arrogant sin, and this land ought to revere us. This war, to him, has already ended. As for the future, the rest will bear witness. He ignores the ancient seat of Victorian kings caked in dust, and steps into an unknowable darkness. Teresa has already opened for him the door to the truth. He looks forward to what he'll find beyond the door. He will be there to welcome him. I have a question. Phantom of a bygone age who boasts yourself a giant, a god, supreme creator, one who can dictate the fate of the sarcas, are you truly the only one of your kind? Doctor. Who is he gonna meet? Tyresis isn't petty, because to this day, Tyresis has never told anyone that the doctor helped him stage the fucking assassination. I only know that Tyresis is literally careful about the doctor because he's the only one. He is the only one. It's an eternal journey, one that promises to never end. The myriad souls have long since fallen to silence, their forms seem to be worn away by the ravages of time. Only their king still moves forward, for the sake of them all. Therese has no intention of stopping. She had traveled to the depths of civilization several times in the past, but this time her wanderings are slightly different. She no longer stops to draw from the vast sea of knowledge within. She is merely here to see. To use her own eyes for one last time, see the peoples and affairs of the land. To see what happens, or perhaps what has not yet happened. What in the shit? Okay. So in the end, she managed to make it this far. Now what should I praise Her Highness for? Her stubbornness? Or her incredible talents? Forget it. No matter if I scold her or praise her, the myriad souls wouldn't be able to hear it. Let's put the situation of Victoria aside for the moment. Tyresis and Nezalim will sort out that mess. Next, we have the Military Commission spies, all stuffed into Wassalet spars. They're itching to pit the goats and cats against one another as soon as they can. Wasn't they avert their eyes from Castle? Keep your thread steady, damn you. Remember, we too will be scurrying out of here forthwith. The boastful sheep is unlikely to tolerate us lurking about underneath her nose any longer. I've already grumbled to Lacquer Malin about how that pair of siblings is far too radical. They'll have all the sorts of trouble breathing down our necks soon. Mark my words. You'd best make haste on your work in Castle Armorgarde. If Theris's plan does not completely succeed, the armies of Victoria, Lithuania, and the other nations of the core will immediately march on Castle. We must inherit the legacy of Babel and protect that city. We must not let what happened 200 years ago repeat itself once more. Wait. Yeah, that's right, just move. Was that you, Ermengarde? I see. Hope. I truly dislike having to share that word, but it does seem like a path forward is open for us. Is that right, Your Highness? Were you also a fucking teacher to Teresa? That's why she uses thread magic? Teresa sees the tiniest smile. Teresa sees the tiniest of smile break through the elderly slash saw. What the fuck do you... She loosens the transparent thread running through the depths of the void, giving her old friend a nod as he pauses his complaints for a moment. Before starting off for even more distant lands. Baby's alive! Ah. Argus. That shadow is strange. This, I see. Yet another ill omen of yours. Not completely. For seeking me out to inform me of what you have foreseen, you have my thanks. But my mind is unchanged. That taint the demons bring with them is spreading. And if all do is move south over and over again, Sami is doomed to be drowned in that filth. Even if everything I see is pertaining to your future ends in tragedy. Yeah. You will die, Argus, or not Argus. Victornier. It will. As early as the time I became a snow piece, no even. Ever since I was born on this ice field. Ever since I became a Sami warrior, I knew what my end would be. I do not fear death. I also do not fear the demons stealing my body, turning me into an enemy that sows corruption with every step. There will be a younger warrior following in my footsteps, heading for the furthest reaches of the north. If by some misfortune we were to meet, they will use their bows and saves to cleanse my body of its stains. Actually, it's kinda worse than that, Arknights. You will live and be corrupted. Is there a problem? You won't die? The will to protect the Sami will not so easily die out. It is things it is that I do not consider this outcome a tragedy. If that is the case, then good fortune to you. To you, Expeditioner. Please take this. A full dartol. A parting gift. I have heard that most of the Cyclops clans have decided to leave Sami. But you have chosen to stay behind. If there was a prophecy about the survival of this land, I must make it manifest. Sami will thank you for your many years of toil, Argus. You have shared your foresight with me, so in return I will grant you a sound I have heard. A horn resounds across the ice field. It is a signal from the expedition, and also a way to greet others across a great distance. Perhaps this Cyclops will not return to Gazel, for this frozen land is already her home. Teresa's gaze overlaps with Argus. She looks at the wondrous pattern inscribed upon the wood given to her by the snow beast. Excellent. Flora and fauna flourish and fall. Last ye everlong. She said this is the secret. Woman, it's you! The other... one of the three sargasses banshees right now. This readings, it's definitely here. This isn't the current time, you son of a bitch. We know that Ermengarde visited Kasdel for Babel, and Oda is there. And is currently looking for the old place of Babel. They were looking for the old place of Babel to start it again. Because the Sarkas will need to start, or will need to have a new fucking leader. I just spilled my coffee. Smart. Too much fucking loring. Always interesting that people like Kristen, even though there's literally no lore for her. But people are easily convinced. As long as the said person did something new. Oh, I like this person now. up. My calculations can't be wrong. Starting on the greatest archaeological discovery in Colombia. Oh, you found it, Nasty. This is the teacher of Magellan. That's also something we need to know. We don't know if Mariam is dead or not, but unfortunately we're not expanding on IS-4 anymore. Fucking IS-5 took over. Would you mind if I'm the first one down? Well, you're a labor user, can I just shoot in your work? I have to make sure that the people around me don't go fainting at the sight of some sarcasm parlor tricks. They should probably give you the whole safety procedures spiel control, but I thought you in my mind to listen. Demolition of the mainlands will be here soon. Whatever you're hoping to find, you need to make it quick. Well, before my eyes are blinded by the shadow of death, I must see all that I wish to see. I must run once more. By a stitch. She can feel this place. We check her. She thinks back many years ago to the first time she drew near to the heart of the Rose Islands Township alongside Cal's head. This place is similar, a place she has never set foot upon. A divine residence. The cute little being has just left, but then it comes another intruder. Or perhaps not. Within those ripples of data tagging along behind you, I sense something familiar to me. Perhaps you are like me, someone left behind in the past. A spirit with no choice but to struggle through an age not of your own. What has kept you going on your long sojourn? Perhaps a feeble, dim hope like mine. Or perhaps the cherished memories of kin you cannot see any longer. I want to see this, please. Take care of my lance, Cosset. It may tear your paper skin. No matter. There is nothing below the surface of the sea worthy of your extension at this point at the time. What is it that you have fixed your gaze upon? A few memories, that's all. I once believed that Ager was far removed from the land, but the problem it faced were a different kind to ours. But perhaps I might not have been completely correct. I'm surprised to see you cussing yourself. I really do not wish to arrive late a second time. If the ocean's troubles are not so independent of the lands, then the threats that we face may intersect with one another. This would be a situation worse than our prior worst-case scenarios. Luckily, excuse me. We have the opportunity to see the initiative before the crisis detonates. I hope that you can keep that level of confidence when you accompany me on my return to Ager. You're asking Calcit. Okay. The ones I trust are the hunters, Gladia. A most amusing pretense. The Abyssal Hunters had emerged from the sea-floor onto dry land, and now they prepare to return. I have seen you all change along your journey. Change. I'm glad I expected. You will find yourself back at your starting point. No matter if it is you, Scotty, or Spectre, or your colleague who chose to walk along his own path of life. Oi! Is the name of the So make yourself ready. By the time comes, you will find yourself with different perspective on Aegir. On the sea and the land, and on the calamities that we must face together. That is far more valuable than any physical bridge between our people. Most of light float above the water's surface, casting clear shadows beneath them. Just like the bridge that Kazet spoke of. Series of steps atop this bridge, spanning the void. God, time speeds up. The wave is matching its speed. And she finds it difficult to control how her consciousness advances. Kazet. She tries her best to turn her head back to look upon her friend, and her friend's friend, new and old, standing behind her. Until they merge together with the modes of light. Expand. The former king of sarcasm. I just have standing in the middle of a church breathing the purest light. A holy light. She stands face to face with a sunk up hope. He is brightly lowering his head. The young messenger met by chance by the riverside, the gentle old man in front of the church windows. She remembers him. And time must not change. Her judgment. It has been quite a while since any new names have emerged. That's a good thing. We have had many new saints within a few short years. With some of their number, I have found myself hard-pressed to agree on their appointment. We still do not know what roles these saints will play in the future. So there can be more than one saint. Since there have been no further saints chosen, Your Holiness, does this mean that the crisis might have already passed? You are very optimistic. I hope that our Laterano can say as optimistic as you are. You for a very long time. However, it has never fallen silent in the past. Your Holiness, for a moment I wasn't able to feel. How could this be? The light dies out. First a Lateran, then an entire city block. From the Tower of Revelations to the Nortario Hall in Pegasus, Michelin? Then on to the Sunset Chapel in Pegasus St. Marcel, and the Chapel Square. They lost empathy. The whole plunges into darkness. It is swift, it is chaotic, it cannot be held back. The ice field, the ocean, the land. All the signs foretell the suffering that people tomorrow will face, just like the suffering just seen many times within Civilized Eterna. Ascalon? She emerges from the darkness, soft golden sands shift beneath her feet. The ruins, crystal clusters, sand dunes, everything before her eyes looks strange and unfamiliar. Raising her head above the sandy squall, she sees, feels the presence of that lonely girl. The one walking right towards her, her figure warped in a cloak, the girl raises her hood. Orogenium blooms under the girl's feet, like a marks in the snow. Teresa sees her rhomboid pupils. Ah, you are. Are we gonna end it there? The sand sweep across her view, covering her eyes. Might be Amia. This is not the end, but this is the furthest that Teresa can go. The darkness presses in on her, barring her way forward. Covers her eyes, what is her thoughts? Only her passionate emotions remain, still echoing through the eternal darkness. She once held countless questions as she walked upon her journey. But once she reached her end, all that she desires is a simple answer. In this features, and perhaps one even further away. Fuck. Are the people I love still there? Teresa urgently searches, turning towards the only light within the darkness. She's found her the answer. Oh, this is a hard question then. Is she still going or not? I need to unlock this. Before I read that. God, that hurts.
ここが宿舎か。ちょこっと内装を変えて飾り付けたりしてもいいよね。
Oh, I'm gonna end that for YouTube at least. Then I'll play IS now, here on Twitch.